Hey everyone, welcome to CryptoAmaLounge. We are here with our another AMA. So our AMA is with Snafu Elite. So guys, are you there? We have David and Steve from the team. Hey David, hey Steve.
Hey, what's going
Are
on?
you?
What's going on, Sophia? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm doing all right. I gotta ask, how old are you?
What are you saying?
I said, how old are you? You sound like you're like 13.
Don't ask age from girls.
I know you're not supposed to ask that. I understand. But hey, I'm Dave. I'm the founder of Snafu Elite, and this project's been this project's been in the works for almost a year. Well, I mean, we're launched, but it's still in work in progress. And July 26th will be our 1 year mark. And then I got Steven here. He's our public relations manager. I'll let him introduce himself.
Okay, first of all, warmly welcome to the CryptoAML Lounge. And really great to have you here with us. Today we have AMA with Snafu Elite. It's really great to have you us. Before we talk about the project, please introduce yourself about your background and experiences is in crypto space and how did you get into crypto space and then about the project.
Yeah, once again, my name is Dave. I'm the founder. I've been in crypto for about 3 years, and pretty much is how it was. And I started on the SEC exchanges, Coinbase, Binance, and stuff like that. And obviously, I bought BNB, Shiba, Matic, all that altcoin. And then, honestly, my friend, that my friend got me into the DeFi space. And when I was in the DeFi space, obviously, that's a learning experience because, all the scams out there, how you can manipulate the contract, to allow buys, not sells, rug pulls, and stuff like that. And, with that, that alone is a learning experience. And, sometimes, sometimes, you have to get scammed um, to learn from it to make yourself more um, make it more manageable and not just throw money from hype. So yeah, I've been about 3 years. I'm investing in a couple good projects like Brew Labs. I still got some Shiba and I got Matic and so forth. And when it comes to my experience, this is my first project, but with my experience in real life, when it comes to logistics, management, and so forth, um, this project is gonna, do nothing but expand, especially when the bull market comes around.
It's really great. So I have some questions for you. Then we will enter in the second part of the AMA. So, from my side, from first question is, I want to know more about your platform. Will it be like Pancake Swap where we can just swap the tokens, or it will be proper like Binance where we can hold crypto assets, 2P trading, and future trading as well?
Yep. All right. So, there's a couple ways you can buy Snafu. All right. Let's see. Honestly, the one way is directly from Pancake Swap. You can do Pancake Swap. Obviously, you can go on KuCoin, which is linked to Pancake. So you got those two. We do have the ability for investors to purchase through using a credit card or debit card through the Diamond Wallet. Um, and then we also have uh, a swapper in our Telegram. And essentially, what that swapper does is you send BNB smart chain to that swapper, and that it's a smart contract, and that contract will buy Snafu and airdrop it to your wallet. And then we also have a swap through Brew Labs, where you can swap from BNB to Snafu there also. So we have multiple ways to purchase Snafu, especially with this version being, roughly about 4 months old. And whenever, I mean, we got we have plans for other ways to purchase it when it comes to listing on exchanges and so forth. The next thing we want to be able to do is list on a DeFi exchange. Then when we're on the DeFi exchange, the reason we want to list there is because we don't have to create another liquidity pool. We don't have to, give them, the funds to open it up. We don't have to give them the tokens to make that liquidity pool. So the one we're looking at is it's all integrated into the original Snafu contract, and that's what we're working on right now.
It's really great. Sorry, I forget to ask you if you want to share your screen, you can, or you want to present something.
What's that?
I'm saying sorry, I forget to say you if you want to share your screen. I mean, if you want to present something, you can.
I think we can move
Can
on.
okay. So I want to know that do you have any plan to burn tokens after every jackpot to have a constant deflectionary supply, and how will you determine if some bettors are cheating? Do you plan to penalize those cheater bettors in your platform, or do you give warning to them to avoid for them to do it again?
You broke up a little bit. Can you say again?
Okay, I'm saying I want to know that do you have any plan to burn tokens after every jackpot to Snafu Elite to have a constant deflectionary supply, and how will you determine if some bettors are cheating? Do you plan to penalize those cheaters better in your platform, or do you give warning to them to avoid for them to do it again?
The answer to your first question, we are at a 1 billion total supply, and with everything we have going on, we're not going to burn the tokens. Um, for one, I personally don't believe burning the tokens really helps the project out. Burning the tokens ends up dropping the market cap, which allows people to buy more tokens. What's going on with us is we have so much going on in this contract. It's not feasible. I mean, we got farming and staking through Brew Labs. We also in the works of having a NFT reflections, NFT reward reflections coming out, where portion of the funds that come from the NFT comes from the NFTs buys back into the Snafu contract and airdrops them to the NFT holders. We got NFT staking, we got real world utility staking coming out, and all those projects that are getting integrated with the contract does take Snafu tokens. So instead of burning the tokens, we're going to be using the tokens, which obviously are purchased through the buyback. They're just not tokens are getting a supply. They're actually getting purchased from the contract, then getting pushed out. Um, so there's really, so we're not going to be burning at all. Honestly, there's really no need. And actually, right now we only have about 25% of the pancake swap. That's just with everything going on so far. When it comes to the jackpot and stuff like that, I think we got a little confusion and everything going on with that. We got a poker game and stuff going on, which is just like just a regular poker game. $50 buy-in. I hold the funds. Then when first place wins, second place wins, and third place wins. We're not a jackpot. We're not a lottery project. Um, So obviously there's no cheating or anything like that. We are a charity project, self that goes off a self-sustained wallet that
It's really
makes
amazing.
Jesus Christ, uh, makes charitable donations, and we use real life utility. I hope that answers your question, Tim.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about tokenomics of your project. Can you share us about buy and sell taxes of your project? Will you be stick to the same taxes, or will there be some difference in near future? Because reason being, recently I have seen that some project have like 15% buy and 15% sell tax, and later on they make a buy tax as zero and increase the sell tax as 30% or 40%. So like we as investors will be at loss who by now. So like the taxes are granted, or like can they be changed?
Yeah, the taxes can be changed. They're not going to be going any higher than 14% right now. We are lowering them to get on an exchange, which the highest the sell tax will be is 10%. The reason why we haven't renounced it is because I feel that we have to adjust the contract accordingly to help the project and investors out. So right now we got 12% buy tax and 14% sell tax. However, we do have a function built into the contract which can be activated at any time. And when activated, it drops the buy tax for the first hour 2%, and then the second hour is 4%, and then when the first hour sale tax is 25%, then the second hour is 20%. And that's just a 2-hour period. And essentially what it's designed for, it's like for promotional purposes. Once we have more volume and stuff come in, it'll help, people trying to collect their funds, which are allowed to. um, then it'll be activated, and it helps at the same time, for a good buy-in, for the ones waiting for a good buy-in entry.
It's amazing. Have you met all your goals in roadmap till now, and were there any difficulties for which you were not prepared for?
Yeah, I mean, one of the difficulties was is when we launched in April 4th. We ended up launching in a pretty bad market. So instead of going upward like some projects do, we end up going down south. So we had a all-time low of 23,000 market cap to 280,000 market cap. And when that 280,000 market cap came, um obviously the BNB took another hit. And so we're idling right around 135 right now. One of the biggest difficulties we have right now is our Telegram. And it's not really a difficulty, but I mean, everyone's there. They're just seeing, they're quiet because how the market is right now. So we're looking at ways to make that Telegram a little bit more active, I guess you could say. Um, and instead of paying and instead of paying for marketing and so forth, which can be a hit or miss, just because the market. What we're doing is we're taking what we have, and we are injected into liquidity to help grind through this bear market, which is from what I'm reading and what everyone's saying should be the end of July.
It's awesome. So I want to know that from where investors will be able to get these NFTs. Will the NFT collection be available on your official website, or it will be available on marketplace like OpenSea?
That is a good question. When it comes to our NFTs are going to be the mint side of it is going to be off our website, and then honestly, the ones that do purchase them and want to put them up for sale and this and that and so forth, they can. Um, Now these NFTs took a lot of work to them. It's something a lot different than um, I guess you could say something different. I mean, it's artwork that was done about 18 years ago, and integrated it into NFTs. So it's instead of seeing like a monkey and stuff like that, and it's something different. It's pretty cool. So also you have the mint engine. You'd be able to do mint 10 at a time if you want. We had to do some changes to it because the mint app it only allow you to connect with MetaMask. So what we're doing now is we're doing some artwork, and then we're putting a wallet connect in there where you can use MetaMask or you can use any wallet that supports. I believe it's ERC 721. Don't quote me, but it supports those NFTs. And what you can actually do is connect it to Tofu NFT, and it'll show it shows every NFT you have in that wallet there, and all these NFTs that get minted from this contract they have been verified. My wallet's been the wallet's been verified, the contract's been verified, and the NFT's been verified through Tofu. They've checked the contract, they checked the artwork, and all that stuff. So, and then the NFT contract itself, yeah, has also been verified. And my friend, he's a developer, and connecting your wallet and everything. That's not an issue. There's no risk behind that either.
It's really awesome. I love NFTs, and I saw your NFTs. They are really amazing. I love it. I love your project also. So the next question from my side is, do you maintain the database for the projects who does KYC with you and have any artificial algorithm to look into the database if some projects team try to KYC with you, because it is possible that some previous scammers changes their identity or their appearance to do KYC with you.
Yeah, I think I understand that correctly. I think if you understand that you asked if I
Should
did
I
a
repeat?
KYC. Are you asking if I did a KYC?
Yes, I'm saying about KYC. Okay, I'm repeating my question. I'm saying, do you maintain database for the projects who does KYC with you and have any artificial intelligence algorithm to look into the database if some projects team try to KYC with you, because it is possible that some previous scammers changes their identity or their appearance to do KYC with you.
Yeah, I think there's confusion again. We're not a we're not a vet in project. We do vet our own projects because we do hold AMAs with with potential partnerships and collaborations. With that project Snafu itself. we are KYC through two projects and one lounge. One KYC is through Seek Token, another KYC is through Buttocks, and we're also KYC through Ninja Lounge. They all have my information, my video address, driver's license, and all that stuff. I'm not here to scam people. I'm here to make a honest project, something great that helps the ones that shed their blood and sweat, fully doxed, contracts audited, and so forth.
That's really great. So, I think experience team is the most vital thing in building company growth. A project will not develop without being managed by an experienced team. Whatever it is good. So, how about your project? Does your team have good experience in the cryptocurrency world?
Our team is, when it comes to most of our team, this is our first project. Our OC Dan, and this is his second project. And in my opinion, and also too, if you're a dev team and you're working, this is like your second or third project, and that for then honestly, if something's going wrong with that first project, if you're coming up and you're doing a second or a third one. But in my opinion, with my team, my team is fucking awesome. They're motivated, they're dedicated, they want nothing but success. Not just for the project, but for investors also. We're always looking ways to you know always looking for ways to improve the project. Investors, giveaways. We bring projects that we vetted into our lounge, and we do AMAs with them. Honestly, it's honestly not financial advice. You still got to do your own research. Um, and but just example like that, we would like to bring projects in and try to and vet them and give them safe projects for them to invest money in instead of trying to jump in on hype or something on that line. Um, so just with that, I mean, just with that alone, and just that our team, like I said, our team's awesome. Steve, he's the man. He's all over the place. Tim, he's our community manager. Jay, he does all our graphics, our artwork, our logo, our merchandise store. Um, and it's just and I can't even say enough about them. To be honest, Jay, we're doing, he did the artwork for the energy drinks out in the Las Vegas Convention Center. It's going on right now. So yeah, great team, and great project.
Yeah, I talked with Steve. He is really an amazing person. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. And so, I have last question for you. Did you consider community feedback requests during the creation of your product in order to expand on fresh ideas for your project? Many projects fail because the target audience and clients are not understood. So I'd like to know who is your ideal consumer is for your project.
Our target is anyone that's looking for a legit project to invest their hard-earned money in. Now, when it comes to community involvement, what we are doing right now, we are doing after the NFT app's done, we are creating another web style D app where it's going to have updated information in there, and it's going to have a polling system in there. Um, and essentially, what you're going to have to do is in order for to have access to that D app, you're going to have to have Snafu tokens. It won't let you pass without Snafu tokens. And what it's gonna do is when you connect your wallet, it's gonna bring you into that D app. It will show you the value you have in that wallet just for a reference, and you'll be able. So say say that we're gonna do our next marketing push for say billboards, and you want a certain size of billboard, one that's 100 by 100, 50 by 50. This is just example, 50 by 50, 25 by 25. There's prices, this and that, and so forth. Because we do want community involvement and we want to try to make it transparent as possible. So what you would end up doing is connecting your wallet, and you'd be able to make that vote for what you want. Then it'll log it in the back, and then it'll log it in the back burner that this vote came from this wallet. And it's gonna be it doesn't matter. It's not gonna matter how many votes, how many tokens you have or anything like that, because everyone's there for Snafu. So you can have 100,000. You have 100,000 tokens compared to 1 million tokens. It's going to be one vote per wallet, because we want to try to make sure um, it's not um, we want to make we wanted to make it fair for the Snafu community and the holders, and by doing that, we think it's fair, and we don't want to just put polls and stuff out on Twitter or Telegram, because that can be manipulated. For example, you can take a poll that I put out on Telegram and you can forward to multiple groups, and you can tell them, hey, vote for C. And on on C, you'll have fucking 5,000 votes compared to, 150 and so forth. So, that's our next mission right there, is doing that polling deo, if you call it, governance DApp.
Okay, it's amazing. Before we get to audience questions, is there anything that we haven't covered that you would like to tell our community? You can.
Yeah, I just want to hit up on the passive income. Like I said, we're trying to we'll come up with different ways to bring in investors, and one of those things that we feel that brings in investors is passive income, especially when it comes to the type of marketing conditions we are in right now. So we do have a stake in farming from Brew Labs. um then we're also going to be having NFT staking coming out shortly, and then we're also going to have real life utility staking coming out, where you can stake your Snafu tokens, receive APR from staking your tokens, and then in return, you also get services from LifeWorks. And what LifeWorks is it's one of the largest telemedicine companies worldwide. You can receive legal counseling, you could receive, AA treatment, alcoholism, physical fitness, financial money, mental counseling. It does a lot, and all you have to do is stake Snafu tokens for that. You don't have to pay a membership. You don't have to pay a membership or anything. I mean, the only thing you have to do is, there's a $5 fee, $5 fee to stake your tokens, but in the long run, that APR, you'll be getting more in return from that APR, which is pretty badass. And like I said, even though we are a charity project, a self-sustaining charity project, where we don't have to sell our native tokens, we don't have to have a manual manual swap to liquefy or automatic swap to liquefy, which puts a negative impact on the chart. We don't got any of that. That's all done internally in the contract. So when we make those donations, or when we pay for marketing, you're not seeing a negative impact on the chart. So we're not So we're not providing a selling pressure. We're actually providing buying pressure because we're not making you're not seeing that red waterfall on the chart, which that's what makes Snafu great, and that's why we went with Brew Labs to have her contract done.
It's really amazing. So, guys, it's time for the community questions. Raise your hands, and Snafu Light team is doing giveaway of two NFTs, one for the best question and one for random listeners. So, guys, raise your hands. First, we have Mastermind. You are free to ask your question.
Hello, guys.
Hey, what's
Hey,
going
how
on,
are
buddy?
you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for the opportunity anyway. So the question I would like to ask, I noticed on your website that Snafu is built on the BSC chain. But there is this idea with new projects nowadays that when they come up, they intend to also build on other chains. So are you also planning to do this?
Yeah, yeah. Eventually, we do plan on bridging, if that's what you mean, buddy. It's not. It's really. We want to be able to. We want to be able to set Snafu in place, make sure we're in a good spot before we start bridging. But yes, we plan on bridging to Ethereum, Matic, and so forth.
All right, thank you. Can I quickly ask another question?
Well, you sure can, man.
All right, so with regards to NFTs, do you have plans on integration of NFT on the project? Because you know NFT is a trending topic now. Though I heard you saying I saw something on the chat earlier. You said you plan to give out some NFTs to those who buy worth of 5 PNB. So aside that, is there any other way that we can also qualify to get it?
Right, right now, right now, the only way right now we have nine of these NFTs, and with these NFTs, in order to get one of these NFTs, you have to purchase point 0.5 in Snafu, and you'll get airdrop the NFT. When the with the NFT contract launches, all NFTs are going to be point 0.2 are going to be 0.25. The reason why that some would want some is because one, it's 0.25, it's 0.25 to purchase it when it comes out, but it gets you in line. So when everyone starts buying them, you'll get those snafu reflections first before everyone else, if that makes sense. Because the way these NFT because these are integrated NFTs. You got 1x, 3x, and 5x, are randomly minted. You can hold as many as you want. So if you want to get 100, you can get 100, but you can only mint 10 at a time. And however much NFTs you hold and the value, like the 5x or 20x, that's the amount of NFTs that's the amount of snafu reflections you will get when the contract buys into the snafu contract. So we got a promotion going on. We're trying to kickstart everything, with honestly with the B&B going up a little bit. So once again, if you buy point 0.5 snafu, you'll get NFT with a 60, another 60 value on top of that. Plus, you'll be in the early access for when the snafu um, reflections start, bud. And like I said, there's 9 left.
Awesome. Thank you for the detailed answer. I would ask the rest of my questions on your own. Thank you.
Thank you, Mastermind,
Thank you.
for the questions. The next we have Dr. Aisha. You are free to ask your question.
Thank you. Okay, I was thinking that do you have any charity donation platform outside crypto space where donors can make donations in fiat around the world?
Yeah, actually, yes, that's a good question. If you go on my website, if you go on our website, I'm sorry, and you go under the charity side of it, there is a PayPal link there. It's linked to a business PayPal, and if you make a donation through there, which PayPal accepts multiple currencies, you will get a invoice in return saying that you did make that donation.
Understood. Okay, I have another question to ask. There are also NFT reflections. I was thinking that do NFTs have different rarity levels, and will the rarity level determine how much reflection each holder will get?
Yep. So there's five NFTs, uh, five different NFTs with the artwork on it, and each NFT could have three variables: 1x, 3x, or 5x. Honestly, when it comes to 1x, 3x, or 5x, that's just the multiplication of it. So if say you have um say if you have um let's see if you have two wooden and say one copper. So with those two combined, yeah, you actually get reflections of five times of what gets bought into the Snafu contract. So you'll get 5x of Snafu.
Got it. And last question from my side: who are the artists behind the NFTs? They are really amazing.
The artist behind the NFTs is my good friend, Big Bird. He doesn't want to dox himself or anything like that. But we served with each other back in the day, and we were talking, told him what I was trying to do, and he's like, well, let me send you all. He's like, let me send you all the artwork I have, and yeah, it just went from there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for answering my questions, David.
No, not a problem. Thank you for asking.
Thank you, Aisha. Thank you for your questions. The next we have Commissioner. You are free to ask your question.
Okay, thank you very much, Sophia, for the opportunity. And also, David, this is a very good project that have to do with, charity, giving out, which is very good. But so now it's based on your roadmap, which I read and was so good for the growth of your project and both the investors. But it's a lot of people come on AMA telling us about their project that they won't do telling us about their project, but they won't do what exactly was stated in their roadmap, which is not good. So my question now is, what guarantee will you give to us that your project don't be like those other ones in the crypto space that does not do what was stated in their roadmap? Do you get me?
Yeah. So you're pretty much just asking, some projects don't keep up with their roadmap, correct?
Yeah. So I just want to, like, differentiate you from them.
Well, I mean, for one, when it comes to donations and everything, we already been keeping up with their donations. Um, there's stuff that if you we wanted to do a little bit different on the roadmap, but instead of breaking it up by months or quarters or this and that, what I did was broke them up in phases. Because we when we launched with a small liquidity and a small market cap, and we wanted steps to it. So obviously there's phases. So I put them down in phases of what I felt needs to get done before we put a full development roadmap in there. If that makes sense. So I'm not on my phone computer right now, and I apologize. But if you're looking at the roadmap, there's certain stuff that we've already done that, and there's stuff that we haven't done in phase one yet. So everyone just needs to know that we're doing what we're doing behind the line, behind the doors, and that roadmap is always subject to change. So even though that we haven't say checked that box off yet, we're still doing it, making partnerships. We still want to do a staking platform, which that will be in the future because we're using a third party staking. We felt that was more important than doing a staking platform to get that passive income out for the investors. Um, so and and anyone anyone can ask any question at any time. They can ask in the telegram, DM me. We don't beat around the bushes or nothing. And I think that's what makes us, I think that's what makes us a little, different than other projects. We're not going to leave you unread or anything like that. We will answer it.
Yeah, exactly. You said right. So, lastly, you see, if I was to get your NFT, your token, I just want to know how much it costs.
You want to know how much the token costs right now, the value of the token?
NFT.
um I think, like I said, I'm not on there, but I think it's right now for one BNB. I think it's a little over 1.3 million. You can't quote me on that. I'm not in front of a computer, but if that's what you were referring to,
Okay, so with one BNB, I'll be able to get your NFT.
with if you want to get an NFT before if you want to get an NFT before we launch the actual contract of it, you can buy point 0.5 BNB of Snafu, and I'll drop you a NFT.
Thank you.
If you want to wait for the NFT or the contract to come out, it'll be 0.25 through the Mitten app.
That's true. That's true. So I feel I get it before the launch. That would be very good. So thank you very much. And also, Sophia, thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner, for your questions. So the next we have Muhammad. Muhammad, you are free to ask your question.
Sir, can I ask question? Hello. Hello, ma'am. Can I ask question?
Yeah, you can.
So my question is, Omicron has slowed down many Omicron around the world, but as a crypto business, does it affected you negatively or positively? Are you stick on track to achievement your goal, or our plan or your plan a new developer? What was the most important issue faced by your platform? What are your most important me- can you hear me? Sorry, my internet issue. Sorry.
No, I can hear you.
Sorry for that, my internet issue.
All right. Can you ask your question again, please?
Okay. So my question is, Omicron has slowed down many Omicron around the world, but as a crypto business down, it affected you negatively or positively. Are you still on track to achievement your goal, or your plan a new developer? What are the most important issue faced by your platform?
Yeah, and when with everything going on in the world right now. I mean, this is a good question too. Because we all know when it comes to crypto, crypto involves around everything. It involves around Bitcoin. It involves around world life events. And even know that everyone's affected by everything that's going on. We are still we're still pushing. We're still we're not giving up. We haven't given up yet, and we're going to continue to grind through it. And so uh, you know, and we could continue doing what we're doing. And like I said before, we started out, 33,000 market cap. We dropped down to 23. Um, and all-time high of 280, and now we're like around 140. We're still pushing stuff out. You know, here we got an NFT integrated and rewards NFTs coming out here shortly. We got NFT staking coming out. We got real life utility staking coming. We're going to be trademarking. We're going to be trademarking our logo, our name and our logo, getting it put on energy drinks. We got marketing game being pushed out in the crypto convention. So we're pushing and we're grinding through and we're doing what we're doing, even with the market conditions how it is right now. So when the market starts to boom, which it will happen shortly, because this is a constant cycle. If everyone's been in crypto for a while, you always have a bull run. You always have reconciliation. You always have a bear market. And when that bull run comes, Snafu is going to be on top. We got people still buying. We got people selling. We got people buying. And with everything we're doing right now, it's just, and when that bull market comes, we're going to soar. It's just a matter of time. It's not a if, it's when. So I'm pretty excited. I hope I answered your question.
Thanks for answering me and best of luck your project.
Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you for your questions. Okay, the next we have Oski Angel. You are free to ask your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oski, yeah, we
Hello,
can
can you
hear
hear me?
you.
Thanks, Sophia.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So my question is, so many projects just like to speak about the long-term vision and mission, but what are your short-term objectives and what are you focusing on right now? Thank you.
All right. Well, our short term goal is right now is to get through the bear market, to grind through it. Um, so what we, you know, so what we're doing with that is while the BNB is low and the market cap is lowering with the sells, we're injecting more into the liquidity to beef it up, to close that ratio up, because we launched with one to uh, we launched with 3.5 to 1 ratio, and I think at one point we're about 1 to 9. So we want to close that up a little bit. So that is our short term goal, is just to beef that liquidity up. If we can keep feeding liquidity when sales do come, because they're going to come, with fear and trying to get their funds and um, collect their investments and so forth. They're going to get the funds, and we're not asking them not to. It's everyone. It's their money. If they want to take, they can take, and so forth. But so what we're like I said, so what we're doing is we're beefing up our liquidity. We added about 7 BNB, and I think last week another two. Say about 3 days before that. So even though the market cut, even though the market cap's been dropping, you can see that our liquidity has been climbing, and by beefing up the liquidity a little bit, um, will help the price stabilize, take more of a take more of a punch, And then also what we're doing with the bear market, how it is, it's going, is we're going to be getting these NFTs out. And when it comes with these NFTs, I mean, these NFTs are gonna. I mean, a lot of you guys seen the NFTs if you've been on our Twitter, honestly Facebook. They're not 2D. They're not 2D. These are animated. There's actual meaning behind them, and me personally, that's the first of a kind. And they're going to take off, and they will hold a lot of value in the future, and they're the cheapest they'll be right now with the being how BNB is. So that's another thing we're looking at is ways to um, uh, ways to bring other revenue coming in that gets injected into the contract to help raise the price. So, one thing I forgot to mention was with these integrated NFTs, if you think of one BNB, point 0.5 buys into the contract and airdrops to the NFT holders. That's if you're holding an NFT. It doesn't go off as if you're staking. Doesn't go off if you just bought directly from the token. If you have an NFT, you're going to get that reflection. Then the other point 0.5 will gets dropped into the marketing wallet. Then from there, we can push it to the charity. We can push it to marketing, or hell, we can even push it into the buy pack and buy tokens and inject those tokens into liquidity. So that's our short term right now, is just to find ways to grind through the bear market, make investors happy, and just put green on the chart, and at the same time make our donations.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Oski. Thank you, Oski, for your questions. David, will you take one more question or you want to wrap up?
I'll take I'll take many questions if you want. You're the host, hon. I got
No, no, you tell me what you want to do.
if I'll keep answering questions. So there's no more questions.
Okay, I think we have to wrap up of AMA. So, thank you. I think we have covered a lot here, David. Is there anything that I haven't asked, or is there anything you want to share with our community? Please do so. And if not, maybe give a small overview and how can people get involved right now?
Yeah, just like I said, I mean, even though we're a charity project, we like to think of ourselves uh, as a great investment, a secure investment and safe. So, I mean, if you like what you guys heard, come over to the Telegram, check it out, ask some questions there, and hell, maybe even grab yourself a bag of snafu. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, we're not going anywhere. I'm fully doxed, KYC 3 times, contracts audited. We have a pretty unique contract built by Brew Labs, and yeah, it's just like I said, if you just come over to the Telegram and see what's up, and when it comes to whoever wins these NFTs, um, you know, feel free to share them around and see what they're all about.
Thank you so much for coming, David. It's really great to talk to you. Thank you so much, guys. I love your project. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, community, for coming. If you have more questions, go to their TG. They are always there for you. Thank you so much, guys. We will meet you in next time. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
David. Thank you, Steve, for coming. Thank you so much. Thank you, community, for coming. Thank you so much.